Hello and welcome to Face Check. I'm Barry and you're joining me for an overdue video from me, effectively. I've been rather busy, organised a number of things including draft, been busy at work, and so we're not had any podcasts, not had any videos for a little while. Thought I'd get back into the swing of things with Deck of the Week. Now I'm skipping straight into this week's Deck of the Week, Robocop, and skipping over the last week's Great and Terrible IG because it is literally no fun to play against and I'm not going to inflict that on anybody else. So the sooner FFG do something about this deck, really, the better. It's not unbeatable, but if you take to beat it, then you've got such a low percentage win against other things. It's not really a lot of fun. So here is Robocop, obviously not the real Robocop, but a deck called Robocop. It is a Surat City Grid and Brain Taping Warehouse combo deck. Surat City Grid lets you res another card in the same server, lowering the cost by 2. Well, actually it lets you res anything lowering the cost by 2, but if you do it in the same server, it just keeps triggering off itself. And Brain Taping Warehouse will reduce the cost of Bioroid Ice for 1 for each unspent click the runner has. So when the runner starts their turn, if you can res a couple of Brain Taping Warehouses and Surat City Grid in the server, then you can res loads of ice, loads of expensive ice for pretty much free. Either a discount of 10, 6, 10 or 14. Now I did just manage to get that combo off, but after explicitly saying to my opponent, I've got an action at your start of turn, he immediately spent all 4 clicks before I could even get rezzed, and then I couldn't do the math, so I just had to cancel the game. But otherwise, the deck itself is a slow Glacier style deck. It is install, gain credit, and then actually you've got pretty much enough money to res a lot of your ice anyway. If you get like Eli's and Victor's over your centrals quite early and then build a big scoring remote, and then you're pretty much unassailable later on. So let's give that one a chance. Oops. And let's see if we can get anybody to join us. Yeah, so I just realised the math mistake last game. I should have given myself 30 instead of 24 because I wasn't including the extra money off for Surat. Right, here's High-Low. High-Low, high-low, it's off to work we go. I think I promised that we'd get a game on camera at some point, so yeah, here he is. Oh, how do you know what it is? I'm gonna alright, I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna install and see if I can get an Eve up and running. So that is HQ, then new remote and same remote in turn. Yeah, he's obviously clocked at his deck of the week, so he knows exactly what it is, but not to worry. Only so much you can do. Now, if he drives by either one of these, I'll be sad, but won't be the end of the world, of course. So that's now going to pay him to go check the remote. If I did have an accelerator beta test, I might try and sneak it out, but we'll see. So he's put bank job down, but not going to get it straight away. Fair enough. I'm not going to bother rezzing because I knew what he was going to take, the money. So let's res you and you, start turn. So now let's get building a remote. So actually I need this to be defensible. So Actually, he's not going to waste an inside job on, is he? So server 1, gain credit, and I could res it if it comes to it, but I don't want to. Itchy. Get John Massanoni maybe? Yep. So now he's got an open there. He'll get a card draw, get a credit for Desperado. All go quite well. But I'm not off to a terrible start. If I can find another piece of ice, I'll throw one of them over R&D. And then make him go fetch some breakers. Okay, so he's obviously seen Surat there. Or maybe Brain Taping Warehouse. Let's see if he decides to trash it or not. No, left it. So he's happy for the combo to fire. Well, that's interesting. So there's Brain Taping Warehouse. I'm going to go for money. So new remote. Or just take the risk. I've only got 9 agendas. It's not the worst. I've not seen any, but server 2, and then let's end the turn there. Now I can't protect both, but does he really want to spend 5 credits on trashing stuff? Right, so I just need something on R&D and then build this up. Oh, that's fine. Now it does cost him 3 to trash, but he gets 1 every time he runs with Desperado, which is only the best console in the game. If you don't believe me, go and check out Ben's channel. It's Facebook, youtube.com/BEWNT. He just did, oh, son of a gun. Yeah, alright. You want to trash Brain Taping Warehouse, you can. Seems like a bit of a waste of an inside job, but I'm not really going to argue. Is he going for the trash? The answer is... it's quite expensive. 4 trash. We've only got 8 credits. Well, there goes 2 parts of the combo. So let's instead res... oh. There we go. Make money. Right, so let's draw. Let me just draw, and then let me... don't want to throw an itchy over. R&D doesn't slow him down at the moment. I'm actually going to throw that out in a new remote. And he can go check it if he wants, he can go trash it if he wants, but if he doesn't, then I'll get the train rolling even more. Now the problem is with EVE campaigns is they take a long time to tick down. Has he planned assault siphon? Oh no, dirty laundry. Yep, naughty problem. Although again, there must be agendas in there. Does he think I've put one out here? Nope. I'll just res that anyway. So let me new remote, and I'm gonna have to stop trying to bleed agendas. Well, I've only lost 1, but there are 8 still in there. 35 cards. That's a bit under or a bit over 1 in 4. Yeah, so there's some money for him. I would recommend running on server 3 if you're running anywhere. Is he going to trash it? Don't know if I would bother. Meant to... bank job. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, don't use BJ as a abbreviation or initialism for bank job. It's like, what? You can do that on here? This is going a little strange so far, but that's okay. I will res Jackson and then power draw next turn. I think I've got my money's rolling in. I'm not in any real danger. Alright, I better shuffle the combo pieces back in. I don't particularly want to, but I will. Computer's incredibly slow. Very hard for me to record and play in 1080. Really need a new computer, but can't afford one at the moment. So let's do that, then server 1, then new remote. Now he's probably going to run and trash those, which is problematic for me. Yep, nothing I can do about that, but we'll tax him a little bit. Now he's going to run that one as well. That'll tax him a little bit as well. Criminal money will eventually run out. And like I say, I don't actually need the combo. Like, I'm on 30 credits already. I'll just shore up my defences a little and aim to start scoring. He's not set up. He's not got a rig. He's going to need a chunk of money to get in. Now, well, speaking of money, let's draw. Then I guess we'll throw you. I mean, Heimdall 1. Already got 2 Heimdalls there. Let's throw you on HQ and let's throw you on R&D. And then once that's gone, no more remote shenanigans. And then let's try and find an agenda to score. How do you beat this deck? Yeah, I mean, trashing those is pretty good. Criminal's probably got quite a hard time against it, because there's not a lot of options. I mean, this is more remotes than I've had in the 3 or 4 practice games that I had. Ordinarily I've got maybe 2. Scrubber, a little bit too late for that, I think. I don't know if I'd spend. Well, actually, it didn't cost anything to run the Adonis, I suppose. So start turn, then let me draw, then draw, and while I'll throw the other Heimdall 1 over archives, just to turn off the not security testing, Desperado Masanori draws. And if he does get security testing eventually, then that as well. Yeah, so without open remotes, there's not a huge amount that criminals can do. A lot of their money does rely on the corp going a little bit horizontal. So this is going to still going to be like 3 turns till that runs out. I'm okay with that. So Corroder, great, but it's going to take a while. So now let me just. Actually, I'm going to wait that one out. So server 1, gain credit, gain credit. I'm on 51 credits, which is rather a lot. Still, to res all my ice would be way more than that. Now, Corroder does let him into my scoring remote, but with Ash there now, it's otherwise fine. Now, can he get through a Heimdall with the money that he has? I think the answer is yes. I need to think of a good way of getting him to run the aggressive secretary. Because if I can get rid of that Corroder, he could be in trouble. I'm not quite sure how many he's running. Ooh, and a Gordian, both imported. Okay, I'm in. I'm in for a bit of fun, but I don't know how to go for it. Do I have 4 turns to tick that down? And the answer's probably yes. Because I need him to money up to be able to get in at the aggressive secretary. and beat the ashtray, Mish Moneypenny, and all the rest. So let's see what he does. But effectively, this remote is safe as houses. Now he knows that it is the combo deck. Does he know it runs an aggressive secretary is the question. If I were just to throw an install advance in that remote, would anything happen? I'm just going to keep letting him get money, I think. So let me throw you in server 2, and then gain credit. Now one of the downsides of not having many agendas is you never really see them when you need them. So there's Mongoose, but then what are you going to do? You're going to dirty laundry that remote. Sure, I'll make you pay for it. Now, you probably don't want to let me trace you. Yeah. Bust. No more action. Just raise that. No reason not to. Now if he trashes Breaker Bay Grid, still going to tick down. If he trashes them both, that's 7 credits of the 9 that we have. Oh no, 8. He's already got his Desperado money. Oh yeah, plus he's got Scrubber of course. But he's leaving. He's leaving Eve. Alright, I mean there's another 8 turns of that ticking down. So it's not as if Breaker Bay was going to do much until then. And I only spent 5 credits on rezzing, so that's not so bad. Let's throw you on. Now Mongoose does make light work of this, but let's throw this in server 1 anyway. Gain credit. So I need to be very clever with my math here. So Mongoose to get through Yanis is 2, 4, 6, 8 for strength, 2 to bust, that's 10. Then this is 15, 16, 17, 18, plus beating the Ashtrace. Yeah, I think I can do some damage here. Gain credit. And even if not, the double Yanis with a single Mongoose out could spell disaster. Legwork, I will Heimdall that. You really want to keep going? Could click. But then you don't know what bad things are behind it. What's it going to do? Consider just clicking and jacking out. But 4, 5, 6, 7 off the 5, that'll leave you down 5 credits. I waited too long for my aggressive secretary. Bust them all, continue. I mean, it's a dangerous game if you do. Oh well. Not getting that trick off this time, I guess. So it'll be another 2, 3, 4. Leave them with 1 credit, but both of those are trashable for 1 credit. And it's a very fair assumption that I have cards in hand, because, or agendas in hand, because I've not seen any. I'm very annoyed I never got the aggressive secretary off. But not to worry. And actually clicked through Eli, so ended up making a little money. Let me draw. Let me res you. Let me bin you. Let me put you in server 1. And then let me gain a credit. That was the cost efficiency there. So, I mean, this server's still ridiculous. 9, 18. 18 plus 13. Yeah, definitely need a brain taping warehouse. Or ideally 2. Well, I can afford it. So now all I need to do is shore up R&D. I'm not sure that was the best idea, but I'm not going to argue. I might beg myself. I might not see any agendas. Well, enjoy your Heimdall 2.0. So this turn, if I don't pull an agenda, that'll do. So let's throw you on R&D. Let's throw you into server 1, and then let's gain a credit. That come out 2 credits up there. Cost me 2 to install. Get 1 back, so that costs 1. Oh yeah, Eve. I was like, oh, thought I was making money for installing things. Yeah. Dead air is a killer for any radio show or podcast or video channel, which is why I often talk a lot of nonsense. So I'm going to go for the score, but I am not going to trigger it unless I get a Jackson. Is it going to be a Jackson? It is not. I'm going to R&D, advance. So both of these servers are the least amount of fun to get through. Even Catty Money's not going to let them run more than once every 3 or 4 turns. If I could find another Surat City grid and put it in there, combo them up. Yes, you can get through 4, 5, 6, 7, but pretty much negates his run. Not entirely, he'll come out ahead, but good. Click. Just use money. One more. Yeah, made a little bit of money there, but perhaps not as much as he could have hoped. His biggest problem is the double Janus. And only 1 mongoose. He could inside job it, of course. But as things stand, I don't even really need to do anything. I can just out-trace him when he gets to Ash. I don't think you want to run last click knowing that I have a whole bunch of bioroids. There's no way you're high stakes jobbing either of these. Has to be an unresed piece of ice, yeah. So not gonna need any more of those. So if you're him, what do you do? Like how do you get around this lock? Suggest just taking money. The more money you have, the better chance you have. You have to be aware that you can only break one sentry on a run. You can get a second mongoose, run first click, could be okay. Data dealer, yeah, you need the money. And not too likely to be tagged. So let me start turn. Ooh. I'll score that. Yeah, the writing is on the wall. I will not. I will then throw you into server 1 and gain a credit. So can I still afford to res all this? So 2 for Surat, then 9 is 11, then 9 is 20, then 13 is 33, 45. So yes, I can afford to res all of these and still keep them out with an ashtrace. So it's just a normal run, right? Okay, if I then you can click, click, click through the itchy. Yeah, okay, I'll go for Yanis. Let's see what happens. Oh, sorry, moving on my squeaky chair. And the real question if you bust a mongoose is, does he continue? I can fairly easily res a second one, and that would hurt. Fire one. Okay. Do one brain. There goes Fem. Sad times. Nah, I don't care. You've seen one card. Sure. Because I said it was 45 credits to res this remote. So that is what I will keep. Of course, if he does hit an agenda, I'll be upset. Well, not upset, but you know, disappointed. But yeah, I couldn't do anything else. Start turn. So 1, 2, 3. Score. Right, that's ended that. So no recursion, hopefully. Yeah, obviously did get the agenda, but yeah, so what? Right, so there's 3 points. I'm going to have to still score 2 more agendas. That's annoying. I'm not wholly convinced by the agenda composition, but I mean, I like Kronos Project, I like ABTs, and certainly in this very ice-heavy deck, but having to score potentially 4 agendas instead of 3 is not the best. The advantage of Global Food Initiative is that usually you have to score 3 to the runner's 4. Which is currently being negated. Still, not to worry. So I could now throw this on R&D and that would be fairly safe as well. And then all I'm doing is sticking with the plan, I guess. Kinda hoping he had the levy, and then that'll be funny. But at least you can't recur stuff. Same old things or whatnot. Thinking time certainly increasing for high-low there. What's he special ordering? Second mongoose. Yep, it's a reasonable shout. He's going to need it. not really want to run into HQ, just install that. If I do have anything, it's going in the remote. So let me server 1, gain credit, gain credit. Okay, I'm becoming more convinced by the agenda suite. I forgot what was in here. HP quite good with 232 agendas. So there is he going to go for it? That's the question. Bank job. Is that a good use of money? It's cost 345 to gain 9. 2 clicks. Meh. Yeah, okay. It's not so bad. It's not great, but it's not so bad. What if I server 2 and then advance. So what I can do is I can get quite a fair chunk of money just by rezzing this. So I'll get 3 credits plus an install, so 4 credits for rezzing this. Alright, let's see what he does. Presume he's going to mongoose that. Nope, taking a brain. So see the last click. How much more money? Okay, so no action. I'll res this. So that's going to cost them 345. No more action. Itchy's only going to cost them 245. That's okay. Just make it a little more expensive. No more action, and then I'll do action before access for a neat little combo. Let's do that. Install. Did that work? Oh. Oh well, too late. Yeah, one of the downsides of Jinteki, doesn't always work, but no worries. Prompt issues. Yeah. I mean, he was going to beat it. It was just going to cost him a little bit more credits. So, which is obviously what I want, but so it goes. Okay, Breaker Bay gone. Vitruvius. No. Of course, it's only worth 2 to him. I thought that was game. Anything there? Nothing for the last one. You gonna look at the last one? You thinking about the last one? So what is in archives? Do I want to over thingy on the Vitruvius? Why didn't you get that? I paid to Trash Jackson. Got you. 1, 2. Score. And then let me brain tipping warehouse. Gain credit. Okay, so then we'll pop this when his turn starts. So install a non-agenda card from HQ. Yes, I would like to do that. I would like to install that. I would like to install that in server 2. Sorry, meant to pause 2. If he can give himself a click. Right, so if I res this, then res this, that should, whenever you res a card in or protecting the server, not including this. Ah yeah, don't worry. Carry on. I thought Surat itself triggered it, but no, it'd have to be something else. So that is okay. I'll maybe put Ash or something in there instead. So I balls that up, not to worry. What I should have done was put it in server 1 and then just because then that would have cost me 6 less, so that'd be 9, 18, 23, 28, which would have left me 10 credits for shenanigans. Okay, so he could same old thing. He's going. I think he's going to go R&D. Take another brain. See what I pull. So let's throw you into server 1. Let's throw you over R&D, and let's gain a credit. And let's assume that that is going to be enough. So he does make a run on here. Well, he spends all his clicks there, so it doesn't really matter. Either he's same old things, clicks through everything, and I'll keep him out with Ash to score the beta test, or he'll make a run on here, he won't get in, I'll keep him out with Ash and score the beta test. So yeah, that's it. I ballsed up the combo a little bit, but so it goes. Let's see what he does. I think his game here, he might surprise me. I don't know what those 3 cards in his hand are. I've come around to the agenda composition a little more. 3 2s, 3 3 2s, and the 3 1, or 2 3 2s and the 5 3 are probably enough. Now, does he run HQ? If he runs HQ, he wins, right? And I'm just hoping he doesn't bother, because I've been installing things pretty much as I draw them, and there's only a couple of cards that he could have missed. If he did the same old thing, he took Catty, same old thing, Maker's Eye. Click, click, clicks. Can res Heimdall as well, just to ruin his life. Yep. And then yep, going for it. So yeah, I'll just keep him out with Ash. Fire 3, okay, do 1 brain. Do 1 brain. Do 1 brain. No more action. Since he's got no clicks left, I'm not in any real danger. Oh yeah, can of course take the money. Continue. Let's res this anyway. We can always watch the video back and see if he remembers the terminals or not. So this whole deck's, you know, it's a bit of a problem with anybody with a regular breaker suite. A bit of a problem with anybody with Faust. You know, Faust David's going to struggle to get through a lot of this. Right, yep, bust all of those. And then this is going to custom enough. Yep. And then is he going to break this or just let them fire? Well, I can't let the brain damage fire. So he's going to have to bust at least one. Yep. No more action. And then let's just make him sad. Trace Ash. Trace 4. I don't know what's going on. I'll pump it by 4 just in case. Let's not take any risks. Because he could... and now he can only access Ash. So that is that. Done, done, done. That's it. If you ran HQ, you would have won. If you ran here... If you ran here, click 1. Or took money, ran, don't know. And then start turn. And then he draws his makers. 1, 2, 3. Score. And that is game. So GG. So yeah, a lot of interesting things about that deck, I suppose. Doing the combo right is an important part of it, but you don't need it. It's handy. I don't know if it's worth the 6 influence. Apparently the fella that was doing it was getting the combo off quite a lot. I have not managed to do it too often, and the 2 times that I've went to try it there, balls it up. So won't worry about that. But that is that. So we're back on Deck of the Week. FaceCheck will be back with a podcast hopefully tomorrow or Friday, and I'll try and get a few more videos up when I have time. Of course, I will do the live action videos. Still got Store Champ seasons from last year technically, but mostly I just sit and watch them in the dark. No. Okay, so until next time, this is FaceCheck jacking out.